In 2025, big creators like Alex Earl were charging upwards of $450,000 for a sponsored Instagram story. Now that might sound ridiculous, but for a while it actually made some sense. See, brands would find influencers within their target market or a new market they want to enter and simply pay them to sponsor their product. The thought process was that these creators have a lot of trust, a lot of followers that an ad can't necessarily buy. But in 2026, that era is over because everyone's been doing it and the consumer can now spot big sponsor in a blink of an eye. That doesn't mean that influencer marketing is necessarily dead. It just means that there's a new way brands are using influencers to scale their marketing. And in this video, I'm going to show you why the old era is dead and a new strategy that brands like Frostbuddy are using to grow faster than ever. But first, you need to understand why the old way of running influencer marketing doesn't work as well as it used to. The main reason is that it was built on this assumption that if you have massive following, that following buys you trust and that trust turns into sales. But while that first part is true, the last is a lot more questionable. Just because someone has a huge follower count doesn't necessarily mean that they have an engaged audience. In fact, the bigger a creator gets, the less their engagement is. So for example, mega influencers are kind of averaging around 1.2% engagement. And on top of that, more than 40% of their followers are flagged as fake, or around 1/3 of them at least, which means a big chunk of this reach you just paid 5 or 6 figures for was never really real. And now say the post actually works and drives sales for a day or two, you still almost walk with nothing that you can build upon because the winning piece of content lives on their feed and not yours. You don't own the rights, leaving you with no way to scale or iterate or just like edit up and chop it up and run it as ads. So all that money you spent to buy one post, you don't even own it, which means the next month you're going to do the same thing again. You're going to pay full price for another creator and then hope that that creator works. And sometimes it doesn't. And then you lose a lot of money. And that's the problem with the old model. It makes you spend the most money on the least reliable audience for a result that you can't even scale, which is why more and more brands are realizing it's just not worth the investment anymore. So if partnering with mega influencers isn't working anymore, then what are the smart brands doing today? Well, it's a strategy called product seeding. And instead of betting everything on just one creator, you're sending your product out to dozens, even hundreds a month. And these are smaller creators and each of them are posting their own content. You're letting them be creative so that one piece of content that you were spending hundreds and thousands of dollars on, you're spending hundreds or $50 on smaller posts at scale. And that's the game changer, because the thing almost holding back most of the brands isn't really the budget, it's the creatives. And a meta ad account doesn't have enough creatives for that creative diversity that you would be looking for to power Andromeda. And so this is just a cheat code that a brand can now keep up in terms of filming in-house content. So think of it this way. If you're working with one creator that you spend $10,000 on, now you can spend $100 on 50 or 100 more creators to get multiple pieces of content being posted. And that's the exact strategy that Frostbuddy used to pull 1,700 creator videos and over 100 million impressions just on a few $1,000s. That's a fraction of what one Alex Earl story would have cost them. However, there's one catch when it comes to seeding, especially if you're a new brand. Before you can send product to anyone, you need to first reach out to creators and find them, get them to say yes. That's a whole process in its own. So if you don't already have a list of creators to seed from, we built the exact step-by-step playbook that automates finding and reaching out to creators using AI. It's completely free and you can access it with the link in the description below. Now, seeding gets you the content, but on its own, content posted from your brand's account is still just branded content. The real advantage of this strategy is what you do with the winners. And that's what whitelisting comes in. Once you can see which posts are performing, just ask the creator to, get permission to run those ads directly from their handle, not yours. That way the video or picture doesn't look like an ad at all. It's running from a real person's account with their name, their face, their trust already built in. And fun fact, you can use their audience as well to scale out. And while you control the budget, the targeting, and how far it scales, notice what that does in the order of operations. In the old model, you paid first and hoped it worked. With this new model, the content proves itself organically first, and then and only then do you put tons of money behind it. So every dollar of ad spend goes to something that's already shown that it can convert in some sort of sense, right? That's the exact system that let Mad Rabbit go from 20 whitelisted creators in 7 years to over 1,000 in 60 days while cutting their acquisition cost in half. That's crazy. And doing all that by hand is pretty brutal. You have to research the creators, you have to send outreach, you have to see if they're interested in your product, track who posted what, request the rights one by one, and route it all through your ad account. Freaking crazy. Meta Business Suite, totally hard to use. That's why you need something that's more sustainable. And that's exactly where Refunnel comes in, because Refunnel is our platform that runs this entire system for you. It hosts your seeding page so creators can sign up. It gets them the product shipped automatically by creating draft orders on Shopify, and it captures every post that they make in one place. And getting the whitelisting rights and all that stuff takes only one click. So instead of duct taping this whole process together with spreadsheets and DMs and hiring all of these virtual assistants and all that, you can just do it all in one place. Now, if that sounds something that you're interested in seeing more of, you can book a free demo using the second link in the description below. We'll pull up your actual store, we'll show you exactly what this looks like running on your own products, show you some examples of what other companies do, and all you have to do is click the second link below to book that demo and we could get you hooked up. But with that said, let me show you how this whole process actually works. All right, so I'm gonna jump into an actual account. This brand is called Fadwa Masala. They just started out recently on Refunnel. They're less than a year old right now, but they've been most definitely crushing it, especially on the product seeding side of things. So let's jump into just the analytics of this campaign alone. They started this a few weeks ago on July 3rd. Today's date is August 15th, and we can see here they had about 94 posts made, about 38 creators currently. Engagement is around 989,000, so this could include likes, comments, shares, and then about 22 million impressions. The earned media value is about $1.1 million, $2 million, but I don't even want to focus on that. I want to focus more on the impressions piece. This brand only spent, let's find out, $93, 1.9 thousand, 837. So we can just estimate here 700, 930, 186, 1,000, 100. So about 5 to 6K on this campaign, and they got crazy amounts of impressions, and the content quality, I mean, let me show you guys. This is nuts. It looks like ad type quality content. So how did she pull this off? So first things first, you have to integrate your Instagram account to Refunnel. Okay, you just go into settings, you hit integrate, and you can go through the process, integrate your TikTok shop, and your Shopify account. The reason why you integrate your Shopify account is because this is how we can do the product seeding at scale. Okay, so I'm going to jump back into campaigns, and we'll just go ahead and start editing her campaign. Okay, so first thing that you do is you have to title the campaign itself, and in this case we called it Fadwa Masala Creator Campaign, and internally it was an evergreen creator campaign. So essentially the focus was trying to get as many videos as we can with a high hook rate, and the way that we incentivized it was we did it based off of CPMs, which I'm going to show you in a second. But essentially you can set up different types of windows for the campaign. So the campaign scope could be like, hey, I want 3 reels, 5 reels. We kept it blank because we want people to post as much as possible, and we have it set as an evergreen campaign. Right now we have it on manual review because we are giving away free product. I want to review the content that's being posted. Okay, I mean the creators that are applying. So we're gonna hit continue to products, and from here you can go through your Shopify catalog and pull the products. These are already pulled for us. So we have her tandoori masala, butter chicken masala, chao masala, garam masala, and all the different products that she has. And you can choose how many pieces you want to actually gift. So she chose 3. So then the creator has a few pieces of content that they can actually create, and she's not having to constantly like pay like a shipping rate. So scrolling down, we can choose the specific country that people can apply from. We can exclude creators from specific countries, etc., and we're going to continue to incentive. So the incentive structure here, and now this could vary. You can set up on Refunnel pay by post, so number of posts. You could pay by sales, so you could do like an affiliate link, or you can do the CPM basis, or all 3 of the above. What I like to personally recommend recommend brands is that to encourage a better hook on your videos, you should probably do a CPM based. And the reason being is because the CPM based reward gives the creator the incentive to have a stronger hook, because their whole incentive is based on views, like we see here. Okay, so you can earn up to $1,000 per video if and only if it hits 1 million views. You'll notice that the payment starts at the 10K view mark. This is an attainable goal for most creators, and this basically is telling the creator like, hey, look, I don't want sloppy content. I will pay you, and you're gonna get paid a bag, $100, but you have to make sure that the content quality is there. So she will pay them $100 per video as long as it hits 10K views, 25K views, $200, 250K views, $500, and then finally 1 million. Continue to the deliverables. This is where you can just put in a few more details, right? So step 1, step 2, step 3, collect the payment. You can put an additional creative brief, and then you can put your requirements like, hey, it has to be a reel and it has to be on Instagram or TikTok or whatever. You can include stories or feed images if you want. And I'm going to, in the second part of this demo, show you what whitelisting looks like. But essentially you can require partnership ads access as well, and then collect that in one click. We're going to continue to inspiration. You can upload example videos of what a winning video looks like and then what a bad video looks like. So this is very easy for the creator to see what's good, what's bad, and all of the above. All right, and then we're going to hit continue to more info. The reason why I like this is where you can put all the legal jargon or requirements or whatever else that you feel like you need to put in, you put in here. And then finally you can ask additional questions if you like. Then you hit public review campaign or preview campaign. It'll look something like this, and then you hit publish. Okay, so since it's already published, I don't have to republish it, but I'm just going to show you guys really quick. This is how it would look like on the mobile view. This is how brands will, the creators will typically see it listed, and all they have to do is select the different products they want. So we're just going to go back, click on add, and since I can click 3 on add, review the brief, a checkbox off, apply to collaborate, and all I have to do is put my email address in. So I'll put my email address. I'll get a 6-digit code. See it on my phone here. Easy peasy. So on the phone, it'll auto populate. Obviously on your computer, you will have to open up your inbox, but all I'm going to do is that. And since Refunnel already has my email attached, all that I have to do now is just hit confirm my socials. And now I'm in, and now my information will auto populate, and that's it. So now on the brand side, let's go back to app.refunnel. We're going to go to UGC campaigns, and then you can see here my application popped up, and now the influencer, brand manager, whoever it is, can go ahead and approve. Now, all right, so we're going to jump into Instantly, and I'm going to walk you through how you can scale this whole process out and how she got 95 creators in a matter of a month. All right, so we're going to jump into Instantly. So Instantly is a cold outbound or an outreach tool. We've currently paused this campaign, but I'll just show you out of 2,900 emails that were outreach, 249 people responded with a positive intent, and then 95 people actually signed up. So pretty good response rate. And guess what? AI handled the entire thing. Okay, so in terms of communications and all that, AI handled it. So essentially, first things first is, where do I get my leads from? You get them from the Creator Marketplace. The Creator Marketplace is a free tool that's on Meta Business Suite. So if you have an ad account, you can quickly go in there and then be able to create these search lists. Once you have those search lists, you just hit download, and then you can download the entire doc. So I'll show you here. So we'll jump into Meta Business Suite right here, Creator Marketplace. And so I can search up creators, but really quickly, I'm just going to go to lists, and then you can just create a list under the discover portion. So this could be, geography. Let's put in a few followers. I recommend in this range, like 25K or below, but some people can jump up to 50. If you want to do more, you can, but obviously there's going to be more negotiations in that case. Then just go based on interest or whatever. But in this case, I'm going to do South Asian cooking for fadwa masala, and then I can even put in specific languages, states, interaction rate. Typically I recommend over 3% interaction, let's say top 50% follower growth, and post in the last 30 days, just to dwindle this down a bit. And since I need emails, you can also hit only show creators that have public emails. Okay, we're going to jump back to this. Hit save to list. Once it's generated, the only downside of Creator Marketplace is they only let you export 3,000 emails at a time. But I'm just gonna say, let's just save this list here. Go back. You just hit download. So this list is loading, but in the sake of time, you can just hit download here, and then basically once the file is downloaded, you just go back, you hit add leads, upload leads, and throw it in. All right, so jumping into sequences, this is where you put your email copy. Now in that doc, which is in the description below, I have templates for all of this. So all of the copy is templated. You just copy and paste everything into Claude and it will generate it all for you. All right, basically the main thing is you want to tell the creator upfront what you're offering, and you're probably wondering, well, what if these creators like get pissed, or how am I going to respond to people if I'm going to be emailing so many people at the same time? I'm going to go over the AI method, but right now, yes, this part you should always just read over and just edit. In this brand's case, she's delivering it from the perspective of the founder. You can do it from whatever perspective you want, like a creator management team or social media manager, make a fake persona, whatever it is. And the main thing is gonna have to buy a separate domain like fudwamisalaambassadors.com. In your case, if you're another brand, like brandambassador.com, brandaffiliate.com, just substitute whatever your brand name is, where I'm saying brand, and you can buy the domains directly from here. So if you hit add new, you go to Google Suite, you can type it in. So like affiliate.com, and then you buy it from here. You can search more if you want, but for every single domain, you can buy up to 5 inboxes. Every inbox can send 30 emails a day, and that's what you should keep in the back of your head in terms of how much volume you want to send out. Okay, so if you can product seed about 50 products a month, I think one domain is fine, and you could do the math from there. If you want to product seed 100, then 2 domains, which means you can send out 300 emails a day, etc., etc. And it takes about a week for the emails to warm up on this tool. And now I'm going to go over the AI method, so you can set up an AI agent on this tool. And essentially this AI agent, all you have to do is you can set up how they're going to handle the follow-ups. So I usually say yes. I say yes to, responding to the automatic emails, whatever. You see these credits here. You can buy instantly credits for the AI to kind of like do its thing. And essentially you're going to set up the different types of guidances. Okay, so this is the communication style. I have all of the details of like what type of copy I want and how it should sound. Once again, I have a prompt in the document that I'm talking about in the description below. Click on that link and it has all of the Claude prompts in there, or ChatGPT, whatever you use. Just copy and paste it, fill in the details that it asks for, and it should be able to populate this. And all you do is copy and paste it in. So you put in the context and clarification, handover escalation, etc., etc. And now the beauty of this whole process is that your campaigns will be automatically responded to based off of the responses here. So let's go to Fudwa Masala. Okay, you can see here, created a message, responded to an email that was cold email to them. So sorry for the late reply, but I'm definitely interested. Okay, great. The AI automatically generated a message. You have the choice. You can either manually approve the email and just hit send, or you can have the thing on total autopilot, which is what some brands do. That's what I personally do once the AI is essentially trained enough. So the way you train it, you see what the responses look like, you go back to the AI agent and you just make some adjustments here and there. And that's how the product seeding at scale can work. Now there's all these other outbound tools. This is just one methodology. You can manually DM people that link. You can put it on the Refunnel app. You can put it on Yuka, Reacher, whatever. Doesn't matter. But this is one method, short shot, that I really like when it comes to recruiting creators. Works really well, especially the nano micro creators at scale. So we're going to jump back into Refunnel. We're going to talk about whitelisting. So how do you then take the creators and then whitelist them at scale? Very simple. If a campaign is being run, right, let's say, someone created content here and you like it, you can easily just request whitelisting rates on Refunnel. And this only happens after you integrated your account. So once again, go to settings, go to integrations, and then meta whitelisting, and you just integrate your Meta Business Suite account and pick the specific ad account. If you want multiple ad accounts associated, you can just reach out to our support team. We can help you set it up. But essentially here, simple as this, you can hit request whitelisting rates. If you have the email, it'll auto populate. You pick the whitelisting campaign that you want and you hit send invite, and then it will invite them. So Steve at Refunnel gmail.com. Boom, that's it. Now I've messaged him and I can request whitelisting rates. Now you're probably wondering, how can you do this via a link? So like I mentioned before, you can easily combine a product seeding campaign and the whitelisting campaign together. But in our case, what we're going to do is I'm going to just go and send a specific link here. You can send this, and essentially how this process works is you send this link to a creator that you like, and this is the same link that Steve just got in his inbox. You can manually send this, or you can do the same process of the instantly cold outbound, yada yada, bing bang boom, and you can associate some sort of offer here. So this one I don't have an offer, but I'm going to just show you Laura Geller's offer. She does, or their account does, $100 cash reward, 3% ad spend, but refunnel, we're just for demo purposes, no offer here. You can add whatever you want, percent ad spend, percent GMV. You could do flat rate, or you could do no payment at all. And all the creator does is hit apply to collaborate, confirm social handles, and then boom, send request. And now I get a DM in my Instagram inbox, and then all I do is hit approve. So that's pretty much the process on how you can get the product seeding going, the whitelisting going, and all that on Refunnel. And let's see here, you could track the progress and how much you owe creators and what the spend looks like, the ROAS revenue. I'm not tracking that on these just because I'm just running ads for awareness. But let's say if you're a brand that's tracking, GMV and all that stuff, then you'll see the ROAS revenue, purchases, etc. And then you can pay out accordingly if there is a payment method or a payout incentive there. Well, there you have it, folks. That's the exact reason why the old way of influencer marketing is over. Because the brands that are winning turn their content creation into a system and let performance decide the rest. So the question is, how soon can you start building yours? Thanks for watching.